YouTubers. So today's video is going to be pros and cons of coming to Fort Irwin, living here. I kind of narrowed it down to 10 of each. So if you want to know pros and cons, stay tuned. Pro number 1. So if you're from a big base, you're probably used to waiting in line at the pharmacy for a really long time. Here you wait maybe 5-10 minutes, 20 at the most. I'm from Fort Campbell and I would have to wait in line for almost an hour and a half. So if you're used to waiting in long lines, this is a great time to just kind of not waste an hour and a half in your day and just go pick up your prescription. This also goes for like doctor's appointments. I was used to waiting maybe 2 weeks to see a doctor if something was wrong with me just then, and then I would probably be fine by the 2 weeks until my appointment. So here they get you in like 2-3 days, you know, sometimes the next day. There's not that many people here, so you definitely get to see the doctor when you need to. Con, you are going to be living in the desert and there's lots of bugs and critters and scorpions and spiders and snakes and stuff. From my personal experience, the first week me and my husband moved in our new house and there was a scorpion on the floor. And they weren't very small, or it wasn't very small. It was pretty big. My dog was freaking out. Ugh, so gross. But just kind of get used to it. You're going to be living in the desert, so you're going to see weird creatures. Pro. So your husband, for the most part, is going to know his schedule. Depending on what his job is, it all may vary. But for the most part, they get a 4-day guaranteed, and you're going to have a routine schedule. Depending on what his job is, this is really good for planning trips ahead. But at the same time, it might be an adjustment, you know, him being at work a lot. So it's kind of a pro and a con in the same sense. But definitely knowing his schedule in advance is a big help. And knowing that you get a 4-day to do fun activities is also a great thing. Con. So this place is kind of like the show Army Wives, if you've ever seen that show. There's a lot of cattiness. It's a very small knit community, and this is kind of a pro and a con in the same sense because there's a lot of nice people, but for the most part, from my experience, it's like Army Wives. There's a lot of cattiness. Watch my 10 different type of military wife video and you can kind of get my drift what I'm trying to say. But yeah, there's a lot of drama, just like any post, but from my personal experience, I've never seen so much just people drama. I don't even know how to explain it. The show Army Wives. There you go. Pro. So you're going to be like 2.5-3 hours away from a lot of cool stuff. There's Medieval Times, Universal Studios, the San Diego Zoo, Six Flags, Disneyland. There's so many cool things. So don't feel like just because we're in a deserted place that you can't go out and adventure. There's Las Vegas. So yes, it's a bit of a drive, but you get to see everything that's, you know, a lot of people plan and spend lots of money to go on vacation. You can just go for the weekend or go on a 4-day. So it's really great that you get a lot of options of really cool things. So don't just sit at home, go and have some fun. And, you know, a lot of these places, Knott's Berry's Farm does a thing where you get like free military entry. A lot of places have discounts for military, so take advantage of all the discounts, the free days and everything, and just have fun with your spouse, with your family. So this is a wonderful thing. Con. So you are in the middle of nowhere and you're in the desert. So it's 45 minutes away to the nearest Walmart. And it's not just a Walmart supercenter. It's just Walmart by itself. It's like a Kmart, okay? They're building a brand new Walmart supercenter that's supposed to open hopefully in a few months. I'm hoping. But yeah, you're like 81 miles or something like that from Target. So you're going to have to go out either to Barstow or Victorville to basically get the food you want, do the things that you want to do. You know, if you like Walmart and all that stuff, it really sucks that you're so far away from everything. Pro. So housing is actually pretty nice here depending on what, you know, housing unit you get stuck in. Coming from Fort Campbell and seeing like some of the houses had like really hard, nasty carpet and it was just not comfortable. It was just kind of the low general, just they really didn't care what they look like. Here the houses are actually pretty cute. Like I said, it really depends on what housing you get stuck in, but for the most part, housing is not that bad. Con. So people and their dogs here is horrible, okay? I've never seen so many people's dogs get loose. You're really supposed to put like chicken wire or something in your fence so your dogs don't get out and escape. People's dogs are barking all the time. People just don't care. They leave their dogs in their backyard, go for a 4-day, come back, and if they're not there, they really don't care. So if you have an animal that you really love, take good care of them. If you don't like animals, don't bring them here because, you know, you're in the middle of a desert. If your dog gets lost and gets lost in the middle of nowhere, you know, you may never see your animal again. So take care of your animals and be considerate of your neighbors, okay? Your neighbors, you know, hopefully you don't get stuck with shitty neighbors. I'm just saying, some people don't care if their dog's barking from 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. They don't give a fuck, you know, but take care of your animals, please. That's all I'm trying to say. Just take care of your animals. Pro. So internet is pretty good if you have like a Fire Stick. Me and my husband just use a Fire Stick. It's jailbroken, and we have Frontier, and that is the only internet service that you're going to be able to get on post. If you only have a Fire Stick and you use Wi-Fi, we don't have any problems at all. Now, this is also a con. So people really have a lot of problems with Frontier in general. I haven't experienced this personally, but majority of people hate Frontier. So just be ready for having to probably deal with a really shitty cable internet company. I've heard so many horror stories. Me and my husband just got lucky. Like I said, we only have a Fire Stick, so maybe that's why. But just be prepared that you might have a little bit of issue if you're used to just having a really good internet service or cable service. Pro. So it only takes about 15 minutes to get anywhere on post. Everything is kind of really close together. So if you're used to being on a really big base where you had to go from one point to another and go all the way over here and all the way over there, on post, you know, everything's very tight knit. It's not a very big post, so you get to where you need to go pretty quickly. Just do not speed because they don't play with, you know, it being a small post. You're gonna get caught and you're just gonna be upset. So definitely take advantage of everything being closer, but make sure that you leave your house early enough to get to work on time or wherever that you need to go, like an appointment or something. Con. So snitches. Let me just say, I've never seen a base that's full of so many snitches. If you have a car detailing business, if you have a baking business or whatever, and you post it on social media saying, hey, you know, I bake cakes or whatever, and people find out that you haven't, you know, registered with the MWR or did this or do that or whatever, they're going to report you. They're going to get you in trouble. You might get fined. So just be careful if you have a business. I remember seeing somebody had a car detailing business, and somebody went out of their way to report them, and it's just ridiculous. Like, who cares if you're doing something that's not illegal and you're not hurting anybody and you're not making that much money to begin with? So if you have a legitimate business and you want to do it out of home, just make sure that you, I guess, register with MWR. Make sure that I think you have to pay for like some kind of business license or something. I can get more information on that if you need me to. So just be very careful on who you trust and what information you put out there, especially on social media, because some people, that's all they do is troll and want to get you in trouble. Pro. So you get to see donkeys. I've never seen a donkey up close, and there's donkeys everywhere around here. They're in herds. They walk around. There's little baby donkeys. They're so cute. They're huge. Now, there's also a con. They poop everywhere. So there's literally donkey poop everywhere, and you can smell them when they're coming. Like, if you are in your car and you smell this weird funky smell, you're really close to the donkeys. So it's cool, and also poop, you know, not really a great thing when it's all over the sidewalks. I don't know if there's someone that's out there that's their job is just to pick up donkey poop, because there's that much of it. Pro. So by living here, you're probably gonna save some money in a way. This is kind of a pro and a con mixed together, because the con is that the PX is so small. The pro is you're gonna save a little bit of money, but at the same time, you're gonna have to live on post. And it kind of sucks because, you know, some people, when they move off post, you can make money, and then now you have no really choice but to live on post, because otherwise you're gonna have to drive like an hour or an hour and a half away to live off post, and it's just really not worth it. So you might save a little bit of money, but you're still gonna have to drive on the weekend to get what you need, unless you're gonna order it online. Pro. So you're probably gonna end up cooking more because there's not that many options for food on post. So this is also a con, because you don't have all of the places like Chinese takeout and everything that you've been kind of used to. So, you know, you get to cook more, but you also get to miss out on all the great, wonderful fast food, yummy restaurants and places. But at the same time, okay, so you're gonna be spending gas money to go to these places, but at the same time, maybe you want to clean up your diet anyways and eat healthier, and why not just cook? So the last pro and con would be pro being that you get to see beautiful landscapes, you know, beautiful mountains, things that you probably would never see before. And the con is you're gonna get really tired of seeing the mountains and the desert and everything really quickly. So for Irwin is what you make of it. It's really, you know, keep yourself busy, try to make friends if you can, or stay inside and don't make any friends because it might be safer that way. But either way, it is what you make of it. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.